So Tyson Fury has now signed a co-promotional, multi-fight-a-year deal with Bob Arum and Top Rank and ESPN. I'm just reading some of the various kind of articles I have here. Tyson Fury has signed a multi-year co-promotional deal with Bob Arum's Top Rank to work alongside Frank Warren. He will headline shows on ESPN in the US, a minimum of 2 fights per year. First bout to be announced soon. Frank Warren has actually said that as part of his co-promotional deal with Frank Warren and Top Rank ESPN, Tyson Fury has also signed a multi-year agreement to continue fighting on BT Sport. Okay, so that's interesting. That's very interesting. I did not really see this move coming, to be honest with you. I know Frank Warren and Bob Arum have a pretty close relationship in terms of, business, I think, kind of side of things. I know Top Rank and, BT Sport, they kind of tend to coexist. Most of the Top Rank fights are shown on BT Sport. The only time you wouldn't really see a fight on BT Sport from Top Rank is if he's doing like a promotional with Eddie Hearn, like, the Crawford Can fight that we have coming up in April, sorry. So, Frank and Bob seem to have quite a good relationship. You've seen that as well when he has fighters like, Michael Conlon, Bob Arum does anyway, his fights with Michael Conlon, who, essentially are co-promoted by Fish Eyes, because whenever he's fighting in the UK, Conlon, he's always on a Fish Eyes card. And, you expect to see that trend continue. So, they have a good working relationship. I'm also on Boxing Scene here, where it actually says, Fury said this, actually, I'm just going to quote Tyson Fury here. It says, ESPN are the biggest sport network in the world, combined with BT Sport, so I'll have dual viewers from America and the UK. It gives me the opportunity to fight on the biggest broadcasting network in the world, be shown to the most people, and be in a position to make the biggest and best fights possible, and not be an opponent. They have to come to the Tyson Fury show now. Okay, so that's the words of Tyson Fury. So, essentially he's going to be working with Frank Warren. He's going to be, co-promoted by Bob Arum, as well as having a management deal with MTK. So it's an interesting development now. They've not really mentioned the Deontay Wilder rematch, to say that it's going ahead, yes or no. They haven't mentioned that. They did say that, it could happen, essentially, but they haven't made any formal announcement. That's kind of what I was thinking this whole London press conference will be, to announce the Wilder rematch, but obviously that's going to wait. I think they've even said, his next fight's going to be announced soon. As to whether it's Deontay Wilder, I don't honestly know. I don't want to say it's looking unlikely, but it definitely throws the spanner in the works. Because wouldn't Showtime want to do Wilder Fury 2? And I don't know. Well, put it like this: Al Heyman and Bob Arum, they've not been exactly best buds over the years, to say the least. So it'd be very interesting to see what kind of happens with the Deontay Wilder fight. Will Tyson Fury take an interim fight in the meantime? Now, personally, I think that Fury should take an interim fight, because I think he's at a level now where he could really take on a credible opponent without it being too risky. I wouldn't be at all surprised if Fury announces his next opponent would be, for argument's sake, let's say Johan Dupa or, a Marius Wack, someone who is going to test them, as opposed to, the Cephas Zafiris and the Francesco Pianettas of the world, who were just there to be an opponent and then to go home, essentially. So, it's an interesting move from Tyson Fury. It'd be interesting to see what happens next in this whole Fury-Wilder saga, to see where it goes next, because I wasn't expecting this, but when I think about it, I maybe shouldn't have been surprised massively. But, it's interesting. So, leave your thoughts down below. What do you think the next move is going to be from Team Fury or Team Wilder? We don't know what Team Wilder are going to make of this, because apparently they didn't know about this. So, what do you think the next move is going to be? As always, please like the video, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really does help me out. So, please smash that like button, subscribe, and I will talk to you after.